Steam for the Mac, which is the other big announcement that came out.
Yeah.
Finally, I guess Mac players are going to be able to have access to games that PC players have enjoyed for a long time.
Yeah.
Steam's coming out for the Mac. They announced that they added OpenGL support to the Source engine, which is what powers these Valve's games, so they can run on the Mac.
Yeah, and to be clear, when we say Steam, like the Steam interface is going to be there, and they're converting all their games to make them Mac compatible, like all their modern games.
All their own games, the games that Valve make.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that was a little confusing. Some people were thinking, Steam for Mac, that means I'm going to be able to play all the games on Steam.
1,000+ games.
And no.
It's up to the individual developers to support
so you're not going to
those.
be able to get, like, Grand Theft Auto 4 or... what's another...
Unless they decide to do
Effect
it.
Or, those games aren't coming to Mac right now because Valve has no control over other publishers and what they do with their
But
games.
anybody using the Source engine going forward is going to be able to do it because the Source engine itself is going to make cross-platform compatibility work to the point where Mac players and PC players
play against each other
online, which is really cool. And it's probably the biggest gaming news for the Mac in years.
Well, I mean,
because
of the very little gaming news that the Mac ever gets. Right?
Yeah, because most of the time Mac gaming news is, we still don't have a lot of good games. Right?
I mean, they have. A
few, but
some of the big titles like World of Warcraft, they're all available, and StarCraft 2, and anything Blizzard is always Mac and PC out of the box.
Yeah,
so
but there's slim pickings.
Oh yeah, compared to the PC or any other console system.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is in April, when they haven't given it a fixed date, you'll be able to download Steam for your Mac. You'll be able to play Team Fortress 2, Portal, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2,
the Half-Life
series. So all the Counter-Strike, all the Valve games.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things about it is if you already have Steam on your PC at home, and let's say you have a Mac laptop or you have a Mac at work, or you don't have to buy the games again.
Yeah.
If you've already bought the game once, you own the game.
Yeah.
And you can play it on whatever platform you choose.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest benefits of Steam, because I've noticed this too. If you're logged in with your password, you can download the game to multiple computers because you're playing based on your login.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how many places you have the data. If you're logged in, you can play it, and if you're playing it in one location, you can't play it in the other because you have the one license. But yeah, and I think it's great that they're not making you re-buy it for a new platform, which is so much better than what you see elsewhere in the gaming community.
So it's like, a lot of PC owners might have a Mac laptop because a lot of people like the MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
It's a really good laptop, and now you'll be able to play all your favorite games on the go.
Yeah.
So, and that's really cool. And then of course Portal 2 is coming out for Mac and PC simultaneously.
Yeah.
At Christmas time, so that will be the next game. Now that's a long, April to Christmas. There's a big chunk of time where, what's going to happen. You would hope with the announcement that other game companies will say, "Hey,
let's hop on board.
Yeah. Let's bring some of our games over to the Mac." I mean, you won't be every game, but I'm sure you'll see some of maybe the big titles.
Yeah, but when you look at the stuff that's coming out in April, that's a lot of stuff to fill your gaming time between April and Portal 2 as well.
If you're a Mac gamer and you've never played those games before, you've missed out on some great games, and there's enough, content there.
I would say that every single game in Valve's library is probably, all of them are some of the top 10, top 15 games of the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, they're all great games.
And
right? So I guess I'm kind of a Valve fanboy. Now that I think of it, because everything's awesome.
They haven't made a bad game.
Yeah.
We are experiencing operating difficulties. Please stand by.
Besides being a big fanboy of Valve, I find it kind of interesting that, with this Mac compatibility that they're doing, that, there's still no word on the PS3. Right? Because Valve has basically forsaken it so far.
Well, they did try the orange box for the PS3, but the
Yeah.
third-party company developed it. Performance was particularly
Yeah,
bad.
they weren't happy with it at all.
I think it's like, Sony has had this reputation for being hard to develop for,
Yeah,
and I think Valve was basically, and with the numbers previously that Sony had in the market, they're like, well, we're not missing out too much if we don't develop for them. But
yeah,
now that PS3 is now increased its market share, the PS3 Slim this Christmas was pretty popular.
yeah,
More, I think you might see something later this year where they do announce maybe.
yeah. It's possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
I mean, they could still,
Yeah.
but I don't see this something as financially. I mean, you're going to have to start supporting it eventually.
Yeah.
If there's more and more people out there, playing on the system. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So they've announced Portal 2 for PC, 360, and Mac, and who knows, maybe that later on in the year they will say, yeah, we're also going to bring it out for PS3.
Maybe it'll be an E3 surprise.
Yeah, there's a lot. I
Make
mean,
the PS-
E3. I think if they've announced Portal 2 at GDC, and they've announced Steam for Mac as well,
Yeah.
they need something for GTC.
Yeah.
No, not GTC. E3.
E3, yeah.
So E3, the two things I think PS3 support,
Yeah.
Half-Life 2 Episode 3, which is long overdue.
Way long overdue.
I'm for sure they're going to be talking about that.
They have
at
to,
E3.
yeah.
And it's been so long, and technology has shifted, especially on the PC. I see Valve bringing out something that's going to blow people away. Because Source, even the Half-Life 2 Episode 2, I mean, it was a good-looking game. It wasn't necessarily the most technologically advanced.
Yeah.
But now we're in a place where a few years later they've had time to enhance the Source engine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be in for a pretty big surprise when it comes to what they're offering.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean,
Yeah, well,
speculation,
hopefully they'll
right?
announce something big at E3, and hopefully they'll announce PS3 as well.
And and cross-platform play. I mean, Mac versus PC. I wish the console manufacturers would get on that, but obviously it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has their own network. Valve is smart enough to know that you need to have, one network that supports everybody.
Yeah, exactly.